Welcome to my one chapter daily Bible reading. Let us read the Word of God that is forever new. Please like, share, and
Genesis chapter 11. Now they all had one language and the same words. And as people migrated from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly." And they had bricks for stone, bitumen for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed over the face of the whole earth." And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of man had built. And the Lord said, "Behold, they are one people, they have one language, and this is the only beginning of what they will do. And nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Come, let us go down there and confuse their language, so that they may not understand one another." So the Lord dispersed them from over the face of all the earth, and they left off building the city. Therefore it was called Babel, because the Lord confused their language of all the earth. And from there the Lord dispersed them over the face of all the earth. These are the generations of Shem. When Shem was 100 years old, he fathered Arpachshad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he fathered Arpachshad 500 years and had other sons and daughters. When Arpachshad had lived 35 years, he fathered Shelah. And Arpachshad lived after he fathered Shelah 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Shelah had lived 30 years, he fathered Eber. And Shelah lived after he fathered Eber 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Eber had lived 34 years, he fathered Peleg. Eber lived after he fathered Peleg 430 years and had other sons and daughters. When Peleg had lived 300 years, he fathered Reu. And Peleg lived after he fathered Reu 209 years and had other sons and daughters. When Reu had lived 32 years, he fathered Serug. And Reu lived after he fathered Serug 207 years and had other sons and daughters. When Serug had lived 30 years, he fathered Nahor. And Serug lived after he fathered Nahor 200 years and had other sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 29 years, he fathered Terah. And Nahor lived after he fathered Terah 119 years and had other sons and daughters. When Terah had lived 70 years, he fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now, these are the generations of Terah. Terah fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran fathered Lot. Haran died in the presence of his father Terah in the land of his kindred, in Ur of the Chaldeans. And Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, and the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and Ishkar. Now Sarai was barren, she had no child. Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran his grandson, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife. And they went forth together from Ur of the Chaldeans to go into the land of Canaan. But they had came to Haran. They settled there. The days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Now guys, Genesis 11 is most known for the story of the Tower of Babel, which explains the origin of different languages by describing how God confused the languages of people who were building a city to make a name for themselves. This chapter also includes a genealogy from Noah to Terah, Abraham's father, which establishes a lineage and leads into the story of Abraham's journey to Canaan. Some few points to pick out from Genesis 11 was first the human ambition, because after the flood, humanity was unified by a single language and built a city with a tower to the heavens to prevent being scattered and to make a name for themselves. We also saw that in Genesis 11 you could see divine intervention, God seeing this as an act of pride and an attempt to rival him. So God confounded their language so that they could no longer understand one another. And this led to the scattering of the people. This linguistic confusion, as it can be tagged, caused people to stop building because they couldn't understand each other, and this led to them being scattered across the earth, which was seen as God's way of fulfilling his plan for a healthy spread out. Remember, God told Adam and Eve to increase and multiply. After the flood, he told the same thing to Noah and his children, as we saw in Genesis 9 when they came out from the flood, to increase and multiply. And also, we saw the origin of Babel. The city was named Babel because it was there that the Lord confused the language of the whole world. This chapter 11 also points us to the genealogy and family tree, as we can see from verses 10 to 32. We saw the lineage of Shem. This chapter provides a genealogy from Noah's son Shem to Terah, Abraham's father, which establishes a link to Abraham. And then the chapter also shows us the journey to Haran, because the story follows Terah as he takes his family, including his son Abraham, his Abraham's wife Sarai, and the grandson Lot. They went from Ur to Canaan. However, they stopped and settled in Haran, and that was where Terah's journey came to an end because he eventually died. Now, the significance is that this section establishes the patriarchal line and sets the stage for the history of Abraham and the calling of his family, which is a key concept in the overall plan of God in the Bible. Until we meet in Genesis chapter 12, guys, God bless you and stay blessed.